Shut up then. Man, it's gonna be hot in it, but
It's hot.
I tell you.
It's hot. I hope you guys out there. Dang, you got the police cars in there.
As soon as we go live,
as soon as we go live, the police cars.
It was quiet this whole time. My lion, we was talking.
I know, right?
Peacefully. Cars, everything. There, it's crazy.
All right, so we should be live now, man. Check your
worst timing ever, man.
Whoa. Are we live? Yeah, we live. You should be checking your stuff, man. Oh yeah, there it is. I had to see where we were. That you ringing?
No, that was
that your phone.
That was my phone.
Oh, okay.
That was a Instagram post.
Oh, okay.
Start sharing this.
All right. Well, we waiting on you. We waiting on you folks to get on, kick in here. Let me see. Let me see if yours came up here. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, did I say shit? I mean, shoot. Mm-hmm. You ain't showing live on your thing, dog.
It look like it's going live over here.
On your page?
It look like it's up. It's up.
What's the handle on yours?
George Taylor II and my Streets Republic and my YouTube too, actually.
Maybe George II, you said?
Yeah.
All right, no worries. I'll find it. We'll do it. Just hope it didn't just go in there. We'll see what's up.
It's hot as
shit. If you guys, I know, right? If you guys are just tapping in, we're about to get it on and cracking in a few minutes. Y'all know what it is. We give y'all a couple of minutes to come in and, let us know, give us some thumbs up, let y'all know we're here. We're going to get the show started in just less than a minute, people be checking it out, dog. People be, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. It is on here. Oh, man. Next. Yeah, we're gonna go live, but I ain't going live like I want to on TikTok, because I'm not trying to be solo on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna go live on there yet. You guys coming in, let us know. We got some people in. We got one, and we got two, we got three, we got four. Who's in here, baby? Let's go. We about to get this show on and cracking in a few minutes. I just wanted to make sure you guys have a fair chance to come in. I don't want y'all to miss nothing. That's all it is, That's all it is, because I'm nice like that. You know what I'm saying? They call me the nice guy.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Nice Guy. Shoot. But I don't see my thing in there. Y'all got 15 seconds. 15 seconds. It's just me and you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? The originals. Shout out to Lyft. Lyft is under the weather.
It's under the weather.
Yeah. So shout out, man. Hope you're watching. You know what I mean? Give us a thumbs up.
Dr. C, where you at?
Feeling good. Holler at us. Let us know y'all here. We about to go ahead and
see where you at.
Yeah. Wherever you're at, holla.
We miss you, Dr. C.
Mm-hmm.
Black Lyft get well soon.
You ready, man?
I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and get this guy.
Grow up, man.
What? What? Marley's in the house. What's up, big dog?
Big Marley Moore.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Hey, Marley. Right, we say cheese. That's real.
All right, man. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get it started, baby. Let's go.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
The reasons that we're here.
Yeah. What's up? All right, man. We appreciate you guys tapping in. This is Reasons, man, a place where you tell us how you feel about the conversation we're talking about today. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We are here, y'all. Man, blessed to
That's
be
what's
here
up.
another
That's
day.
what's up. Yeah, man. Before we even get into it, man, how you been, bro? How's it going?
Man, these girls is whooping on me, but man, I'm gonna make it.
No, you said girls. I thought you was talking about the women, dog. You mean your daughters? Okay, I forgot.
My daughters, though. My daughters are the ones that get me the most.
I ain't trying to start nothing.
Being single, the beautiful thing about being single is that if it get a little too much, I can. You feel me? I can get on up out of there, but with the girls, I gotta stay in locked in. So it's a challenge.
Right.
However, it's been a blessing. Right. How about yourself, man? How's everything? Did you go back to work or you still on vacation?
No, I'm on disability.
Oh, okay. You said I'm out of here for a little while, huh?
I got a little bit going on for a minute, man. So
okay.
Little therapy and stuff to do. So
okay, tucked off. Look at you.
You know what I'm saying? I got to take care of health first. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact.
You know, you can't let the job, stress you out and cause you like now, Liv has the situation right now or whatever. I don't want to tell his business. He might not want me to tell his business what's going on. So, but still, he's got to take care of himself first. You know what I mean? So, shout out to you, Liv, if you're out here watching, man. Blessings. Sure you get better soon and be able to come back on next week. That's what's up. Hey. All right, so man, you know what? Let's get into what's going on, man. So I don't know if you have been checking out the news lately, but today was a very, very crazy day when it came to immigration deportation. There's a farm here in California. It's called in Camarillo, California. I don't know if you heard, but they actually just raided the farm. There illegal immigrants out there on the farm or whatever. So far, they say it's about 3 dozen of immigrants or whatever that they have held hostage. That they are taking, they're trying to deport or whatever. What do you think, man? I mean, what do you think about how this immigration, deportation is going? What's your thoughts on it?
I just was asked this question yesterday. I just was asked this question yesterday. It's a media. It's sweeps week for the media. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this picture right here. It just says a lot, man. It's
What do you mean for the media?
Oh man, it's a field day, right? They write on point. It's so much. It's so many ways to push the agenda, to push the media. The reason why I'm kind of slow to speak on this, because I think that what's happening, even though they're here illegally, is just a little, I guess, tasteless. You know what I'm saying? The way it's done.
Of how they doing it.
How they doing it and things. But I did have a conversation about this yesterday. It is illegal that they are here, but just having children and just, I guess, showing that level of force.
Isn't that the risk though that they're taking?
That is. That's what
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's not no one's fault. It's not us as the people's fault or whatever. This is the risk people are taking to come into this country and trying to have a better life for themselves. So it is a risk for them, but it's kind of like, how do we try to encourage those people, man, when they do get here to do the right thing, to get to somewhere where they can get help to, legalize themselves?
Immigration ain't that easy either, y'all. It's like the immigration process is not that easy. You have to find a sponsor. And like I say, in what I do, I'm learning different things, right? And so since
Mhm.
I've learned just different things about immigration, and it's more to it, right?
Mhm.
Like I was explaining to someone yesterday as well, is that they also let them in here to work for pennies as well, and wouldn't give African Americans or American citizens jobs. And I think to
So do you think that the people are taking advantage of that, knowing that they're not, legal here, and making them work with her? They're taking advantage of their, situation to make progress or whatever, or production when it comes, especially like the farms around are the one that's been busted now, and of course, people know who owns those farms know that all these people are legal, right?
yeah.
So so is that partially our fault as well? You know what I'm saying? To having them do that and then work, and more so, instead of encouraging them and letting them know as they have this job, why not give something for these jobs that's hiring these people to come in or whatever to have some kind of legal paperwork,
Because they not
at a
gonna do
certain amount
that.
of time. Right.
They're not
Because they're paying them
they're
cheap.
not gonna do that because they're paying them cheap. So I feel like, in one hand, yes, it's illegal, but then it's illegal to profit off them and then kick them out the country as well. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
easy for them as they came in on them farms to pay for them people, for them to have visas for at least 6 months to be able to
Mm-hmm.
work. I think that it's messy.
Mm-hmm.
However, it is what it is at this point. I try to. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of try to stay off this topic a little bit because it's sticky, man. It's horrific to see. However, like you said, they came here knowing the 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 uh the consequences, right? However,
Right.
I think that they've been also misused, right? Especially the
Right.
farm workers, right? They last harvest, they didn't pick the harvest already, man. You know what I mean? And you kick them up out of
Yeah, I
here.
ain't look at
And
it
then
like
I feel
that.
like
Yeah.
if you get them for being here as immigrants, we should also be on the farm owners for hiring immigrants and not hiring real employees
Oh
and
yeah.
not
What
paying
about
that
that?
certain wage.
What about that? Are they finding or
Yeah.
not? They're finding people that basically are hiring them because they're part of the problem as well. Because
Are
if
they
people
doing
didn't
that?
know, no, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, where's their accountability when it comes to this situation as well? Because if you wasn't hiring them or whatever, they probably wouldn't be coming, and they'll probably more so come in a more legal way, if that makes sense. You
Absolutely.
know.
You'll have to get them visas, but then you'll have to pay them more.
Well, yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
so, and I don't want to
So
jump
when
into the
does it?
comments, but Jill made a great point in the comments.
Go
Hey,
ahead, go ahead.
Jill.
What's up,
Uh,
Jilly Jill? And Kanisha,
Jill
what's up?
said, hell yeah, they are. That was one. But Jill said, imagine being an employee that can't complain about unfair hours, work conditions, and etc. I agree. And
True.
I think that we've been looking at this so black and gray, where they're here illegally, but the American government has profited off of this. So let's not make it seem like they've got something for nothing, right?
Right.
That they've
Mm-hmm.
stole. Um, um, they've also had them smuggle cocaine and move fentanyl and all kinds of stuff going on. So if we
Mm-hmm.
really want to talk about it, um, it's more to it than how the news with the cameras. Like I see this picture here. That's why I say this is a sweet picture. It says
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I can spin it in so many ways, right? It's so much I can do with this picture. And it's propaganda, bro, because it's underlining how big corporations are still getting away with bloody murder and always finding a way to cop out, or always finding a way to find a scapegoat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And I just feel like we splitting hairs. I've been saying this since last week, or I said this since the Diddy stuff, or I said this since Trump. We paying attention to the wrong things, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We paying attention to the wrong things. And what I mean by this is we should be on immigration, but we should also be on these business owners and corporations on why they profiting off of illegal immigrants as well.
Yeah.
And Black Lift is in the comments. What's up, Black Lift?
There's a what's up, Lift? What's up, Lift? I see Eric on Facebook. I see Brenda, Shell. I see you, cuz. I see y'all on Facebook. We'll continue and comment. Give me some likes, whatever, so we know that y'all there. Hey, so there's a discrepancy between the arrest and the deportation of this whole ordeal that's going on as well. You know, they're basically arresting more people than they are actually deporting. You know, so you're putting people in this process, in this whole ordeal, and you know, just one, making their lives uncomfortable, or you know, you have people, their families or whatever, protesting because their people probably are, you know, legal as opposed to illegal, and then you're taking them to jail. Now you're taking them to jail. Now you're giving them some sort of record or whatever the case may be, which makes it bad as well. So, and I've just looked, I was reading on it earlier, and I'll share it with you guys. It said, according to ICE data, its agent arrests roughly 30,000 immigrants last month, the most since most monthly data was made publicly available in November 2020. But the number of immigrants deported in June, more than 18,000, amounted to roughly half the number arrested, according to internal figures obtained by NBC News. So, basically, what they're saying there, you basically arrest 30,000 people, and only 13,000 or 18,000 was deported. You know, so what does that say? Are they just grabbing people?
Absolutely.
Just grabbing, and then hoping the ones that they can find. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people that's on the form or whatever, you are arresting all these people or whatever the case may be, and then say, for instance, if they are in the process of getting, you know, their paperwork or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Where's the help in that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're in the process, now you can sit here and arrested them, you know, or whatever, and now making it look like they're here doing something bad or whatever. I mean, it's a whole lot with this, man, that I don't really agree to.
Let's get into these comments, man. We got some good comments, man.
Here we go. Let's go. Here, imagine being where there. This one. You said you already read this one, Woody?
Nope. Black Lift says, this country was built off the backs of immigrants, whether they are slaves or not. Everybody from this country is an immigrant, but the native. That's a whole nother story, Black Lift.
Is this the modern slave, the modern day of slavery? When it comes to that?
Yeah.
Basically?
It has a
talk to him.
You know,
what's up, Miss Kelly? I see you there in the house.
It has its parallels.
Martha said a lot of these folks want a better life, and a lot of these employers don't want to pay. I literally deal with these cases every day. See, that's good, Marlon. I mean, how do we? I don't know how can that be fixed, or is it even? Do they want to fix it?
We got to go after the corporations first. But this is what I tell people. If you make these people legal, kind of like Jill said, we can go back to the comments. Kind of like Jill said, if you make these people legal, then they have to be under HIPAA. They have to be under OSHA, certain laws, certain things. You got to give them breaks. You know what I'm saying? And they got to pay them more. You got to pay them a minimum wage, right? And then that's taking money and profit out of these farmers' pocket. That was one of the biggest issues that they had about losing the immigrants, is because they're able to pay them a low wage and they're able to make a large amount of profit. So that's essentially what's going on.
Well, it's about to affect them anyway right now with the way, if they're doing more of what they're doing today, like they're doing in Camarillo, California, is going to be bad. It's going to be bad. You know. Okay. Hold on. Marlon said, you said look up FLSA. Break that down to me. What is FLSA? I don't know. I can kind of guess, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. Give it to me, dog. Sorry, gang, not feeling well tonight, but I will be back. We know, man. We know,
man. Yeah, man. It's all right, man. Get well, man. That's the old player say, man.
Criminals are easier to deport, so there is motive to make them criminals.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, so you're saying?
I agree with that.
Is she saying like if they have that record, if they have a record of being arrested or whatever for being there, would that make them?
They trying their best to make them criminals, essentially.
Interesting. Yes, they are disappearing people. they were supposed to only be going after the criminals. Yes, I know. That's what we thought too.
Absolutely.
uh,
Watch out there, because
what's up, BP? More like old school sharecroppers. That's what
I agree. That's a better example. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go ahead, read out.
Black Left says, what the man don't tell you is that when you come across the border, it is a crime, but it is a civil crime and not a criminal one. Come on now.
Right.
And Black Left always teach somebody something, including me, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's my point too, Liv. They are not arresting these companies that are hiring these illegal immigrants. Tell me how that makes sense.
It don't.
Exactly.
It don't, Black
Left.
At all.
It don't. You know what I mean?
And they not.
Because if you wasn't hiring them, they wouldn't be here.
It's all a twist. Like I said, it's sweeps week for the media. It's all game, y'all. And I really want y'all to really sit back and watch the game that they've been playing on us for years. They playing us, bro. They played people, thought they was gonna go after criminals. They not. They just rounding everybody up. Don't know who, what. It's all a game, bro. It's all to sell newspapers. It's all to spread an agenda, bro.
Marlon said they have been paid 7.25 wages regardless under the FLSA, which is Fair Labor Standards
Act. Oh,
yeah.
So they out there making $7 an hour? That's crazy, G.
And you know how crazy on that hot ass sun too. Whew. You know what?
But do your homework, like J-Bay say. Do your homework on how they got these people out here working in the field for $7.25.
Exactly. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy. It's real crazy.
Yeah, man. That's
my whole thing is. Go ahead.
I don't want to just go over the point Black Lift made, man. That's a great point on it being a civil versus criminal, because that also changes their approach and how they're doing things, right? It even kind of confirms, right, or verified that I'm telling you that it's just propaganda and it's all BS. It's spending more tax dollars. They're dumping money in places so they can use it later on other things, like they've been doing forever. Right, they like the surplus money. So when it's time to fund wars, when it's time to do all of the stuff that they like to do,
the last law.
Boom.
Yeah, just like he just passed the last law, whatever, to make the richer and the poorer. That's basically what he's been doing since he's been in office. Is trying to make the richer and the poorer. You know, Marlon said
that's all he do.
A lot of them are paid more than that, but that's the federal minimum wage. Yeah, the federal minimum. I don't even think they even pay no more than that. To be honest with you, you know, I don't even think I wouldn't even be surprised if they're paying them only still $5 something an hour. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is the thing, that a lot of immigrants, when they come here and they basically say, you know, they want a job, you know, and somebody they're just negotiating a number. You know, if it's $5 an hour, giving them $50, $80 a week or something like that, or whatever the case may be, because it's paid under the table, they don't care. So they're the real criminals, the corporate. They're the ones that's really the criminals. You know what I mean? Because they're up here trying to, like, you know, getting basically free labor. You know what I'm saying? So some of them don't. I don't think, you know, all
like let's say the sharecropper.
They don't say much. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say much or whatever, or complain, of course. And
they can't.
They're not going to complain.
They're illegal.
Exactly. So it's the advantage that these people are taking of these people, man, is ridiculous. You know, and I understand it. I am for getting criminals out. You know what I mean? If you here in the country just to, you know, cause a whole bunch of crap or whatever, that's one thing. But the ones that actually sitting here and trying to make a living and work hard or whatever it does, you know, they're not like laying around and you know, all collecting. I mean, yes, they are some that are collecting. Well, I don't know. If you answer this, if you're illegal, are you still able to collect welfare?
Yes and no. They have a few programs now that are allowing undocumented.
Really?
Undocumented.
But isn't that part of a problem as well?
Well, that was what that's
because if you're undocumented, Yeah, because if you're undocumented or whatever, and getting, and this is money, of course, that we pay, the taxpayers pay, right? So that's basically, what I'm saying, money that you're taking from American people that actually really need it or whatever. They probably can't get it because the funds are so limited,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have to look. I'm gonna look more into that. I'm gonna look more into that. I don't.
There's
I
a few
don't think. I
programs
don't
though.
think you can be. Yeah. I
No,
don't
but yeah,
think you can
but
be
you can't get
illegal and
you
still get
can't
it.
get some you can't get
Mom
some
says no.
services. Yeah, you can't get
Mom
some
said no.
services, but they do have some programs that are uh governmentally funded and locally funded that subsidize the fact that illegal immigrants and undocumented people can get food stamps or subsidies and things like that. So they do have programs for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the jail. That's why I was like, who can live on that? Minimum wages at a full time is $290 a week before taxes. Who can live on that? Latinos can, and I had to say because they put their money together. Seriously,
Latinos can is crazy, Phil.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm not only Latino. I'm talking about anyone that's here from a different country, illegal or not, and they're getting $290 a week. They do put their stuff together. They put their money together. You know what I'm saying? And they basically are able to afford a place. A lot of them you'll see probably like 10 people in one place and probably 2 or 3 bedrooms, but yet they're basically saving their money so they can get to a certain thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, to kind of grow. So that, I mean, it happens. I mean, that's at least that's what I see. I've seen that personally. Now if they are servers is he said now not if they are servers 213. Oh, now if they are servers 213 an hour federal minimum wage.
It's crazy,
man. That's crazy.
$2 is crazy.
They only qualify for TANF, which is for refugees.
Yeah, but they also have, I forget the program. I just went through a thing. They also have another program that they offer some services that also helps them get access. And they don't tell you about this, but also helps them get access to being to getting their citizenship.
Really?
I forget the name of it though, Mama. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably gone now because Trump.
In the division I work in, we're not allowed to ask their status, but because a lot of them are scared, they every what do you mean? They everyone collect money. What? I read that right. I don't know if I'm not reading that right, Marlon.
I think he just put the Y's. I think he said in the division I work in, we're allowed to ask their status, but because a lot of them are scared, I guess he was saying they never won't collect money that is owed to them due to the investigation we've done.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, I couldn't get that out right, Arlen. I had a little typo going on, bro. I didn't see. Some bring the legal documents to prove that they are here legally. Yes. Yep. That's the correct thing to do, of course. They're not supposed to qualify, receive Social Security benefits either, but a lot of them do.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of sticky.
Mm-hmm. They come here to make money and send it back to their countries. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of that. I always think this is why they don't want to raise the federal minimum wage. That's a good point,
too. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point, Mama.
That's a good point.
That's a great point, Mama.
I know, right? All right, man.
Great point.
All right, man. Well, you know what time it is. Man. I just wanted to get everybody's, because that's been going on and it's been big here in California. So, keep track of what's going on, man. If you guys know someone that's from a different country and they need to get their paperwork together, encourage them to get their stuff together. Encourage them to get them stuff together. You know what I mean? So we don't have to go through all this, or we have to see all this on our news and stuff like that, man. Because I hate to see, families being torn apart, you know what I mean? Just because they're trying to make a better life for their families and stuff like that. But I am for, get this correct, I am for those that here in this country causing, doing illegal shit. You know what I'm saying? That part. But as far as when these families or whatever that's really just trying to make a living for themselves and their kids and a better life for them or whatever, if you know somebody, encourage them to, get their paperwork done or whatever. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. And we about to move on, man, to my man. Y'all know what time it is. History and Blackness with my boy. Fat Boy is in the house. Hey, get it on. Get it on.
What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we in here. Yeah, we in here.
What's up?
I got another great segment here. I mean, we got another great segment of history and blackness. I went new because I just went to her loft, and her restaurant is buzzing, and I just been thinking about just how great she does the job. So I'm going to today we're going to be talking about Issa Rae, born as Jo Issa Rae Diop on January 12, 1985. She is a groundbreaking American actress, writer, producer, and entrepreneur who has redefined cultural representation in media. Raised in the View Park, Windsor Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles, a historical Black and affluent community, Rae is a proud alumna of Stanford University, where she majored in African American studies. It was at Stanford that she began creating content, which led to the viral success of her web series, The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl, in 2011. Her rise to stardom was solidified with the creation of HBO's Insecure, 2016 to 2021, a critically acclaimed series she co-created, co-wrote, and starred in. The show earned multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations and became a cultural phenomenon for its honest, humorous, and nuanced portrayal of modern Black life. As a businesswoman, Issa Rae has built a multimedia empire that includes Hooray Media, a record label, talent agency, and partnership with major brands like Warner Media and Procter & Gamble. She has also invested in South Los Angeles businesses and real estate, all rooted in her commitment to cultural equity and empowerment. Name one of Time's 100 most influential people. Rae has used her platform to open doors for Black creatives across entertainment and entrepreneurship. One of her most iconic quotes, "I'm rooting for everybody Black," has become a rally cry for unapologetic Black solidarity and excellence. Through storytelling, ownership, and investment, Issa Rae has made indelible contributions to American culture and global Black empowerment, proving that authentic representation is not only powerful, it's profitable.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, what's the name of her restaurant? You know?
It's called Somerville.
Somerville. Where's it at? You know where it's located?
Is
that in Atlanta or in Cali? Let's look that up. I want to. Yeah.
It's in LA.
It's in LA.
Yeah. Okay. It's right on Slauson. You threw me off when you asked. It's right on Slauson.
Slauson. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. In case you guys, I don't know if you mentioned it or whatever, but one of her one of the main shows that she was in was Insecure, HBO, and then I think she had started off actually just doing a little series, I think, on YouTube first before she got really discovered and big, whatever. She was like one of the biggest influencers on YouTube as far as when it came to doing small short film type of things, whatever the case would be. Yeah. So I remember back then when she was like, I've seen her grow, man. I've seen her grow, and she's still doing her thing, man. And she's gonna be like one of the, if she's not already, one of the top Black producers in the game right now. Because I have seen her name on some other stuff, whatever. So kudos to
get this Black Lift comment.
To Issa Rae. We appreciate it. Which one? Let's see. Hold on, I got so many. Hold on. They're supposed to there. What's up, Carrie? I see you in the house. I see you. But if they own money, we're going. Let's go into the comment. There we go. Great pick.
Go ahead. Great pick, but yet a first generation great pick, but yet another first generation American. Her father is African from Senegal. Yeah, I found that out today when I was looking her up. I did not know that until I researched her today. Actually, her mom is from Louisiana, so that makes her cool with me. But still, yeah.
That's what's up. And she's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen her? She got a pretty big smile, nice smile, man.
But like, unlike some first generations, I think that she's sticking to culture. Unlike a lot of others, unlike the Manuel Achos, as you would say. I think that she stands right in the pocket, and I respect it because Harry Belafonte and those guys, were all first generations as well, and they still fought the good fight as well.
Izza, if you're looking at this, Izza,
for the ADOS to push forward, and so we also need the first generation Africans, right, to jump into this fight with us as well. So, but I that was something I did not know, Black Lift, and I found it out. It kind of like shook me a little bit, but then I was like, you know what, I love what she do.
Yeah, that's part. Yeah. And then also, like I was going to say before, Fat Boy kept going. Izza, if you just happen to come across our page, you know what I'm saying, look your boy up Fuel, because I want to act the job. I'm about to get back into it again. So
you about to start acting again?
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna start auditioning again pretty soon. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I did pretty good, you know what I'm saying, before. So I just kind of slew down on it. But anyway, all right, man, let's get into this main topic, dog. Of course, I always got a daggone video just to get us started so I can get y'all heated, what we're going to be talking about. And, what we talking about next, y'all, is spotting a narcissist. I've done, some dating, online and stuff from time to time. And I get a lot of the same kind of, reactions or stories or whatever when it comes to how people, are when they first meet and all this kind of stuff, whatever. So, that's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to have this conversation as well, is because, sometimes we don't know, although we talked about narcissists before, but sometimes, you got to keep that minder in people's head or whatever as what to look for, especially when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to first time meeting them and dating and stuff like that. So, of course, I got a video. I do. Y'all know I do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So listen to this. Let me know what you guys think. Here we go.
What a narcissist is? Do you know what narcissism means?
Come on, smart guy.
I believe so.
A narcissist is someone that sees things from their own point of view only. A narcissist is full of themselves. They have an inflated ego. They have a false sense of superiority. They don't have any insider understanding. They feel like everybody is going to see things the way they want them to see them, and they don't recognize when what they're saying and doing isn't playing well with their audience, because they're so full of themselves. Do you know what
a female narcissist? She's obsessed with wanting to appear good instead of actually being good. She will cause so much destruction and chaos in your life, then act like the victim publicly to circumstances and repercussions that she's created. Don't let that go over your head. Straight up.
Hey man, Black Lip, go get your cousin, bro. He always got to slip something in there. Pause. It's crazy.
Hey. It's facts, though. It is facts. It is true. And the reason I did this last one, and shout out to his name, what's his name? Mark Lee Jr. I appreciate the video, man. So I'll give you kudos on that. And then Dr. Phil, of course, you know what I mean? It's a real known fact or whatever, from what I've learned or whatever, and I'm only going to talk from a male's point of view to a female, because I am not around enough guys to know if they're a narcissist or not just by meeting them, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless I know somebody and I see how they treat their women, that type of thing or whatever. But I have been in the situation where, how can I put it? Where I can spot what a narcissist basically is now, you know. And I'm gonna give y'all some when dating. You can look for these following signs when you think you know, may have a narcissist with you. They try hard to persuade you and wouldn't let you up when you say no. They have very few or no friends. They lack empathy, and they often gaslight you. How about, you know what though? I you know what? It makes me feel.
Go get your cousin, man.
No, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good that I actually avoided a narcissist, because when I read that and I heard the gaslight part, and I got all the time. Dude, I've been in LA for, I want to say 18 years now, somewhere in there, 15 to 18, somewhere in there. I've been here for that long, and dude, a couple of months ago was the first time I ever got gaslighted. And I was kind of like, damn, you know, and sometimes when you get gaslighted, you're thinking like, damn, what I do, you know, what caused, you know what I'm saying? What she didn't like about me, or what was it that, you know, that she could have at least said, you know. And this is the thing, if you're over 40, over 30, hell, I even give you 40, and you're gaslighting people, you're the most immature person that I've ever known. You know what I'm saying? You still haven't grown up, because you haven't had the decency to be honest and say what you like, what you don't like, or who you want, what you don't want, what it is. You know, have a conversation. It's not going to be an argument. You know, you can go on with your life, you know. So when that happened to me, dog, that's the attitude I had. Well, go ahead, fat boy. What you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just looking up gaslighting to just...
What'd you find out? What'd you find? What'd you find out?
Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where one person subtly tries to make another question their sanity, like you said, perception of reality, or memories. It is a tactic used to gain power and control by eroding the victim's self-confidence and trust in their own judgment. The term originated from the 1983 play Gaslight and its film adaptations, where a husband manipulated his wife to make her doubt her sanity.
Right.
I've been gaslighted a few times.
Yeah. Let's talk about your case.
No, we're not doing that. But I'm gonna answer this question. I see what you did there, but see, I spent out of there.
No.
Hit the corner. No. I think that two things. I think that all of us have some narcissistic characteristics. I think that we are selfish and a little bit self-indulged. I want to say the word I want to use, if that's the right word. I think we all have it. I think a person who is narcissistic out of malice is a difference. I think that the world though today, and I'm not going to be gender biased on this. I think men and women today are just narcissistic. I think that we come into situations with our own opinion of what things should be. And I think that if we're not emotionally intelligent enough, we will gaslight, we will manipulate to get exactly what we want. Because that's just the human trait and how society has created us all to be narcissistic. And so I think that sometimes a person who's calling someone narcissistic could be showing narcissistic behavior by doing such, right?
Oh, wow, damn.
Because what I'm learning is that in meeting people where they at, you can't let people gaslight you when you're confident in who you are, right? When I know what I know, you can't make me crazy, right? You can't make me insane. You can't manipulate me. You can't force me to do what you want me to do. Black Lift talks about this all the time. It's like you can't make a person do anything.
Right. But you can't fall into
people only
situation.
treat you. Black Lift always says people only treat you the way you let them treat you. And I think that's something that we have to address. So in spotting a narcissist, I see narcissists every day. But I also know it's also, I know people is trying to get their needs met. I don't want to go necessarily. I have experienced
there's a
women.
difference though. But there's a difference though. There's a difference when someone is trying to get their needs met and someone overwhelmingly being controlling, overwhelmingly being manipulative. You know what I'm saying? And that's meaning, say for instance, you have people that don't listen to what you're saying, but make sure they want you to listen to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? There's no middle line,
no
in
middle
between.
ground.
Middle ground between it. So that's what makes them, and like you said, I mean, I hate to say it too, but I do know that's what a lot of men do. They want to have this certain control over this certain thing or whatever, to the point where, they feel like they want to control the girl, you know what I'm saying? And they want to, what's the word? Manipulate them into doing, just like you see with the whole R. Kelly, with the whole P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing or whatever. So there is, and although I said something earlier about, just, a woman that I basically just happened to a few months ago. It is it's a lot of males, because when I do meet a lot of them, that's one of the things that they basically would say, or talk about as far as the male, you know what I mean? That type of thing. So, what you say? Oh, that was something else. I thought it was a different comment.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, I think that I guess I'm starting to look at things from a different perspective now, bro. Be who you gonna be, G. Remember when I used to say, I trust you to be who you gonna be, and I'm back to that, man. I trust people to be who they are. But to go to just answer the question and give people some clarity, I think spotting a narcissist is exactly what Dr. Phil said. Being able to identify when people can't see it their way, right?
Yeah.
Who can't be empathetic with you, who can't meet you where you are, and always seems a way to spin it back on you. Immediately go for the dough. Because if you can't love yourself enough to do that, you're gonna be miserable, man.
Yeah.
So I would definitely also check my own narcissistic traits as well, and I think being able to identify them in yourself will make it easier for you to identify them in others.
I think lack of empathy, for one, is a real good way to find out if someone is. The other one is showering you with affection, gifts, and attention. Early in a relationship and stuff like that, what they call love bombing. That's another thing as far as when it comes to being a narcissist. And then they continuously bring the conversation back to them. I've had that. I've had that where basically you're talking about you're trying to get to know the person, of course, and you want that person to get to know you. So when you're having a conversation with someone and they're only talk about them mostly, and you're able to get one word in edgewise, and then they back to themselves or whatever, that's because they're pretty much that's a warning sign. That's a sign. That's all I'm saying. It may be not completely, but it could be a warning sign. So just
retreat,
kind of people look out.
Retreat.
Exactly.
Retreat.
That part. Let's see what Jill say.
Jill says no accountability at all, unable to truly apologize. I agree.
Yes,
right on the head as always.
Jill. I had an ex that basically was just like that.
Now I will say, me and Jackson was clowning this morning. I do think that some women are allergic to accountability, Jill. I'm just saying.
No, they're just a narcissist. Think some women, they're not allergic.
Some women just allergic to it. I'm just coming to the. I think
is that what makes them allergic?
I think it's like it's like some of their kryptonite.
So over and all, man, it's not a good thing, to be a narcissist. You know what I mean? As far as, because one, it causes friction in a relationship. It causes manipulation. It causes fights. It causes arguments and stuff like that. That's all negativity stuff that you don't need in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys out there listening and watching, look out for that type of thing. Watch out for that type of thing or whatever. Jill said what?
Narcissists see the world as it relates to them only. They cannot put themselves in anyone else's shoes. Absolutely. And that's being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes is the key to empathy, Jill. So it's another great point. Absolutely.
What else we got there? What else we got there, man? What else? It was something else. No, it was something else I wanted to say, but I forget what it was. Anywho,
we got
so
some, we got some fire for y'all for the dear brother, dear sister. Black Liv cooked up something for y'all.
Yep, and we're about to get into it right about now. All right, so since Lift ain't here, dog, you know what I'm saying? This one is Dear Brother, Dear Sister.
Okay.
Did I play your music last time? I don't think I did.
Yeah, no, you ain't played my music. You know you ain't played my music, man.
Well, you gotta play it one time to the show. One more time. All right, dear brothers and sisters, guys. At what point is it acceptable to give up on a family member with mental drug issues?
When you run out the emotional capacity to do so, Black Liv. I think it's just simple.
Say it again.
When you run out the emotional capacity to do so, or when you recognize that they don't want to do anything, or they don't want to
trying to help
themselves. I think that sometimes you just gonna have to accept that where they are. I wouldn't say necessarily giving up on them, but meeting them where they are, helping them where you can, but allowing them, hey, if they messed up at your house, you can't come to my house, you know. But if I see you out, I'm gonna feed you, love on you, whatever. But I think as long as you have the and Jill made another great point as well. When your mental health is at risk, like I say, when your emotional capacity has reached its limit and you just can't take it anymore, you can't put up another fight. I think in any relationship, a family member, platonic, friendship, if you cannot bear it, I think it's time to get on up out of there.
If you cannot bear, it's time to get up out of there. That's what Fat Boy just said. Nice rhyme, dog. All of us have, I'm sure a lot of us have had someone in the family that's been, you know, either in a mental health, you know, problem or some sort of addiction, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, anything, you know what I'm saying? There's pretty much someone that's had a family. I'm gonna speak on basically on the experience of certain people in my family. I ain't gonna say who and give up all that, but you know, I never give up on them. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, I can love them from a distance. You know, I can love them from a distance. Now I'm not gonna let you take advantage of me, you know, because you know that I care and you know that I love you or whatever. So you're not gonna take advantage of me because you pretty much sometimes when you people with that has an addiction or something or mental thing going on, you know, and they take advantage of you, there's a point where you run out. There's a point where you cannot, you know, manipulate that person no more into doing what you know, expect them or think you do it and try to pull the guilt trip on them as to, oh, they don't care, oh, they don't love you type of thing, you know. So basically, you know, when it comes to me, I can love you at a distance. I will never want to see anything wrong happen to you. And then also, I don't want to see nobody fucking with you, you know, messing with you. You know what I'm saying? Because of that or whatever. So yes, I'm gonna come to my, you know, people's rescue or help when it comes to that. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're like a thief, you're not invited in my house. You know what I mean? Because why would I invite you to come and take something from me when I know for sure you're going to take it? You know, I know for sure I can't leave you in my house or whatever because when I come back, something's going to be gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So to answer the question as to, you know, when it's just basically, you know, you can only do what you can do and only tolerate up to where you cannot mentally deal with it anymore. You know, when it comes to a person that's addicted, you know, or either have a mental health, you know, and mental health is even a little bit harder because you really don't know. what
Yeah.
that person is going,
Yeah,
you know,
what they're going through and how
what
they
they're going through, you know what I mean? And you never know when it's gonna, you know, if it's gonna come back or, you know, something's gonna trigger it to click and stuff like that or whatever. So when it comes to that, I mean, that's another thing you just kind of have to watch and keep your distance of.
Facts. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get these comments. Jill got two great comments.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
We had been through this, and love will only go so far. There comes a point where the other people in the family or household begin to suffer substantially.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's a great point.
And
unfortunately, and then at that time, it's time to make the proper adjustments, whatever that may be. If that's, like I say, removing the people and creating that distance, then I think that is important to do so.
Yeah, and kudos to even just trying to help. You know what I mean? And you know, and sometimes we're gonna get disappointed. We try to help people sometimes, and we get disappointed or whatever, you know. But life moves on, and the good Lord to stay with us, and you know, continue to have you know, our blessings and be blessed or whatever, you know, just for having the heart that we have for those people, you know. So sometimes you might get discouraged or just feel bad or whatever because you really want to do something and you really can't do it because you know what the outcome is going to be, you know. But yeah, sometimes it can get to a point where the family suffers or whatever as well. Oops, what did she say?
Oh, Jill said we had to make the decisions. We had to make the decision when it was time to not give up, but take a break due to the safety concerns. Absolutely, Jill.
Yeah,
and I think that
and that's a good answer to the question as well.
Focusing on the safety and sanity of the rest of the household is definitely important because we don't want to help a person so much that we don't help ourselves. I think that's important. It goes back to when the plane is on its way down, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you help someone else. So if you can no longer help no one else, then it's time to get out of there. Mom says, I don't think you give up on them. You have to set boundaries because it is difficult to leave them out there when you know the situation can lead to death or jail. I agree. I agree, Mom. That's definitely another side of it as well. Definitely dealing with that with my grandfather. Rest in peace. I always met him where he was and loved him regardless, and let him do his thing. If that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to do. It was his life. And thank God that it didn't take a too much of a toll on him. Yeah.
Some of the things that basically are symptoms that a lot of people have to, you know, to kind of, you know, tell their families or whatever if they're, you know, having mental problems or or abusive problem, substance abuse problem, you know, their energy you know, they do things out of the norm, like their energy either increasing or excessive sleep or, you know, unusual changing in clothing and stuff like that. And this is for parents as well, you know what I'm saying, to see the changes of their kids when they're doing these type of things. You know, if they're constantly being confused or you know, have chronic like nasal problems and stuff like that, you already know what that is, you know. Yeah. You know, so stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. So some of those are some things, key things to actually look out for. But you know, if you guys want to read more on it and check it out, Recovery Effective Therapeutic.com is basically one of the websites that you can go on. And you know, if you kind of want to research as to, you know, the type of symptoms to see or find or look for when it comes to someone that's having substance abuse and stuff like that, go online and check it out, you know. And hopefully, you know, whatever you do find, that you can also find help for them as well and pass it on to them. You know, some people just don't even get help because they don't think people care, you know. So you know, don't count that out either and just say, oh, they're addicted, they're abused, you know what I'm saying, and then just kind of leave it be. You know, sometimes if you don't give them a suggestion or show some careness and kindness to them to, you know, hey, get some help or whatever, you know, let me take you this and that or whatever, you know. Now, I'd say that's going to work all the time. It's not going to work all the
But you
time.
can at least give a try.
You can always, yes, give it a try or whatever, you know. And I hope my sister don't get mad. I hope my sister don't get mad when I say this, you know. And I don't know if I don't know if you knew about this or whatever, you know. But my sister had an addiction, you know, and my sister, you know, no matter what, I know my sister is going to take up for me. She, you know what I'm saying? She's going to, you know, something happens to me. I don't care if she's addicted, what she, you know, she's in there. You know, she's gonna she's gonna knock a female. I've seen her knock a dude out before. So, you know, she's gonna do it, you know. So in that sense enough, you know, about my sister's love for me. So I had to have that same love for her.
During her addiction.
Yes, with her addiction.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I had to try, you know, at one time, you know, when we was younger, I had to try to get her, you know, help because me and her mom passed, you know, when we were, you know, young, you know. She was only 14. I was only 13 or 12. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she went off on the end or whatever, you know, and I knew that and I understood it later. But at the time, you know, it's just kind of like, no, stop. You know, you need to do this, you need to do that. Up until a point where, you know, she started running from me, you know. And I may have told this before, but my sister actually, she ran out, you know, I busted in and she was in the crack house. I busted in the crack house, you know, looking for her. Me and my aunt, we went in there and my sister ran out the back way out the window. You know, she ran from us. So when that happened, you know, it almost gave me the sign to say, I give up. You know, I'm not going to help, you know, you know, she don't want no help, you know, but when you're on, when they're on high on something, they're not thinking rational. They're not thinking like, oh, they're thinking like you about to, you know, take my next high. I can't get my next high. I'm not going to ever get high again. You know what I'm saying?
Or just embarrassed.
Yeah, they're embarrassed and that mental thought or whatever. Like, you know, you're trying to stop me for something that I want to do. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So it took a minute to hang in there, you know, and still try, you know, even though she got off of the whole crack thing, you know, she still drink. And then until to this day, she drinks, but not as much, of course, you know, but then sometimes, you know, you have to pray, you have to, you know, talk to God and you know, pray upon it because she could have been worse than where she is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Fact, brother.
So where she is right now, you know, I think she's in a good place right now. You know, my niece has been there for her, you know, she's have, you know, a support system with her, you know, saying that type of thing or whatever. But had I just given up, you know what I mean? I probably feel bad to this day, even if something was to happen to her because I gave up, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's my little story. I had to put that out there, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to, you know, especially like people in your family, like Jill as well, you know, and Lift, you know, sometimes, you know, like I said, you can do it, but you can do it from a distance, you know, and you can only do so much, not to a much where it's going to take a toll on your health, you know, take a toll on your situation and your family and stuff like that. A lot of time people who have substance abuse problems usually have underlying issues that stem from drama. That's exactly what basically was with my sister mom. You know, she basically, you know, when she was already spoiled. I mean, I could truly say when we was little, she was spoiled and got to do anything that she wanted to do. But then when my mom passed, it was kind of like she's gonna do what she wanted to do, but it was in a very, very negative and bad way, you know. And so she had went down that road. Jill said, and Deshaun, you are so correct. Most people in addiction suffers from some type of mental illness. This is why, this is why they try to treat both at the same time now.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Great point. Great stuff, y'all.
Dear brothers and sisters, man, I think y'all appreciate
clap that up.
Yeah. What'd you get to say, Fat Boy?
I was gonna say clap that one up.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Looks like we about that time. We doing a good time. All right, man. I appreciate. I'm watching Facebook and I'm seeing these numbers going up on Facebook. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate that you guys actually are sharing. Those who are sharing. And if you ain't sharing, even after the show, y'all see it, just share it. Hit that share button. You know what I mean? Just show us some love, whatever. Because like I said, yeah, we only going to get bigger and we only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? So be a part of the ride. Be a part of the ride, because I appreciate our regular guest that comes every week, man. I appreciate y'all more than anything. Should I call off names? Or nah, I ain't gonna call off names because I might miss somebody, and I don't want to make nobody mad. I don't wanna make nobody mad. So, but once again, thank you guys. If you guys got a dear brothers and sisters, continue to send us those in the emails. Send it to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. You know what I mean? Or even if you got one, hit lift up. Hit Black lift up. Let them know. Or Fat Boy, hit one of us up. Just let us know what it is. And our email, Instagram, and all that good stuff or whatever. As you can see, we got it posted up there too, so you can do it at what did I say? Oops, that's not what on.
That's because you ain't supposed to be doing it.
I know, right?
Don't know what he doing. Don't know how to do it.
We might this one got. So I had to, Go ahead, dog. What you got?
Oh no, shoot. Thank y'all, man. I thank everybody. I seen we got some new regulars. Kanisha, the president popped out. Jay, thank you for helping us out, Marlon. Man, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Of course, I love my host, Dr. C. We miss you. Come on back.
Yeah, girl.
Come on back.
Call it, brother.
And I appreciate every last one of the viewers who step in, who tap in. Make sure y'all share. Since Black Lift in here, I'll say what he always say: tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, and we can get this thing going. And because we got some great knowledge to offer everybody, man. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
That's what's up. That's gonna do it for us, you guys. We see y'all next week. And remember, if they talk about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
All our illusions will disapparate, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it.
I had it.
And remember,